this button here, and this button here, and we have...
I'm going to assume that I won't map.
Probably
I don't know. We might.
Probably not going to need the map. I'm going to be honest on that one. You're probably not going to need the map. Anyway, welcome. Welcome, Records of Evil. It is, of course, our finale event. If you've been joining us for any of the episodes up until now, you know that our team here, Cult of Asmodeus, has done such great things as traveled through time to modern-day Faerun, adventured throughout modern-day Faerun, visited many countries, did many shenanigans along the way.
Mentally scarred a few gnomes.
Oh,
got
God.
most of them killed.
Look, you know, somewhere in an asylum,
Mentally
there's a
scarred a
professor.
few. We mentally scarred one and killed the rest.
Somewhere
Yeah, the
there's
rest of them died.
somewhere there's a Chul boat captain lamenting the death of his troll assistant. Somewhere there is a professor, a gnomish professor who's now gone insane and is probably trapped up in an asylum writing weird things on a wall, you know?
We did sure let him free in the city.
You did let him go after horribly, horribly scarring him.
I think I wanted
Against
to take him
Roselle's wishes.
with us, but that was also bad.
We should have adopted him.
Oh no, I'm like,
Uh-huh.
I'm planning to kill him, and you're like, let's just put him in the asylum. I'm like, okay. But if
Yeah,
I'm
I think that was
kill
the
him.
better option, because if I tried to adopt him, Roselle would have killed him.
I hated that gnome.
But Misha felt horrible because 2 of the gnomes died in her arms. So she is fully scarred by this thing, just as bad.
Yes. So yeah, that was an adventure in Cholt when you had that. That was wonderful. There was, you know, you're making friends with lemurs. Everybody loves lemurs.
They're the best creature in this game.
I just like making that noise.
We can tell.
There's the animal menagerie that formed. Of course, everybody loves that. Lots of adventures, you know, traveling to Kozakora, to Os, to Mazdaca. All the different travels have culminated in what is being called AzmoCon, a Asmodeus / devil-themed convention that's taking place now in downtown Kalimport. Leading up to this...
We're a cult. You know, yeah. If you couldn't tell, we're a cult.
You haven't been entirely secretive about it.
No, you really haven't. You recruited from the local populace.
I made posters.
You did make
posters.
You did make posters.
And I decorated our van.
Mm-hmm. There were some good times to be had by all. Regardless, though, having everything said and done, you've established now that you're having a convention and having a portion of your devil army show up as cosplayers. Probably whatever's reasonable to have you have a force on site. You've established having a lot of your cult members basically be the staff at said event. There might be other folks showing up at the event. I mean, like, again, you made it a public event technically.
Probably sold tickets.
You sold tickets. Like, you probably, you know, I don't know if you made your money back because I'm thinking your cosplayers couldn't pay. You know,
We'll make it back next year when we do it again.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. It's a running technique. I mean, next year we'll have the ruler hell himself.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. Regardless, though.
Wait, maybe a couple years. I think he has to grow up still.
We need a few years, yeah.
You do need a few years, definitely. Anyway. So, yes. It doesn't take long for AzmoCon to get up and running, we'll say. The convention starts out with, of course, the normal schedule. You did your best to probably imitate the convention that you saw in O's.
Oh, yeah.
You did stop by effectively like
It
a
was fantasy Comic Con.
nerd convention.
Oh, yeah.
So you've had some experience. Which surely helps in this case. Setting up a convention. Yeah. So yeah. The initial things start to go smoothly. The convention goers begin to show up. Your cult's in place. Everything seems basically in place. You have your lucky couple in their respective areas preparing for the event. For a meeting that will be taking place.
Mm-hmm.
Now it is only to begin the ritual. So, in the main hall of the convention center, assembling a troop of cultists, cult enthusiasts, and devils, guarding a massive eye on a pedestal set up very similar to how things were set up initially back in the day, when you first were going to do the ritual, when at least 3 of you were just lowly guards guarding an outpost far off from the main site of the cult in their underground hidden lair, dealing with a number of pesky adventurers who were trying to get in and discover alternate exits or entrances. And now the ritual begins. The chanting, the energy of everything. I will require one of you to volunteer to lead the ritual. Who will do it? Who will
I'm
lead
busy.
it?
I'm
She's
polymorphing an old man.
Mishka can do it. Mishka's probably got some kind of understanding on how to
Yeah.
rituals work.
I just kill people. I don't
Mhm.
think I should lead it.
Okay. We have volunteered to be
Mishka
our...
spent
Just-
her entire life studying this. She's prepared.
Okay. Please, can you give me... I will need 2 checks from you. I will need a religion check. You will have advantage on that. And then I will need...
Can I
Are you
inspire?
sure you don't want me to do it? I have no religion faith.
I'm
I
gonna.
mean, you can.
Whoever's doing it gets an inspiration.
Mm-hmm. I mean, there's 2 checks. And the other one
So,
you might not be
for
good
one
at.
of them,
Because
you
the
can
other one
have
is a
an
performance
inspiration.
check.
To be fair, Versa will let you.
Mm-hmm.
Well, to be fair, also performance. Don't you have a -1?
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
maybe.
I'd help with the performance, but I don't know if I'm allowed to. But I
Yeah.
can give you a
Oh,
bardic
wait, I can
to use. You should maybe use it.
Mhm.
Yeah. Well, that was my religion with advantage.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, actually, yeah, you have a religion of 6.
You have a D8 to
Yeah.
burn.
Cool. And then,
Mm-hmm. Where you want to roll that D8, I guess, for the performance then?
sure. That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Cool.
Wow, that's a good roll.
The best
You want
performance you've ever
performance?
given.
Yeah. You feel inspired thanks to Dox's help, and
Either.
you take the place of the High Priest. The thing is, like, you remember from back in the day, because, like, you're probably one of the only people that really knew some things about the High Priest. It was still a mysterious figure when you were a child, but this was the person that led the cult and, was leading your group as everything was taking place. You remember some of the old rituals and some of the old chants, things that probably, faded out a little bit in your modern incarnation of it. And you begin to go forth, calling forth the dark energies of Asmodeus, calling forth his spirit. and the strength that was going to be needed. In the meantime, things are escalating. Because as your ritual is going, there are a lot of groups that aren't going to stay still. Throughout Kalimport, strange things begin to occur. The first thing that begins to occur is strange holes in the ground begin to appear. Gaping rifts that seem to break up at intersections and streets and strange places. At first, the reports are unusual. These are holes that seem to lead to nowhere. And then, well, all hell breaks loose. Or in this case, the Abyss. An insurrection of demons occurs on this day in Kalimport. Something that hasn't been seen for millennia. But it seems like the outsiders are saying, without you being involved at this point in time, in a big way, we're back. And that's not the only thing that occurs. Something that is ignored a little bit during this entire thing is these strange glowing clouds that begin to appear in places in the sky. But soon afterwards, a number of hosts of angels, angelic celestials, begin to arrive. Kalimport is erupted into like a battleground, is the best way to describe it. Soon after, though, a lone armored figure riding a giant worm monster strolls into town, flanked by an army. To victory!
Beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. The battle commences. But things are quiet inside the convention hall, at least so far. Nothing seems to have entered into your world as it is. It seems as though the forces and the setup you had are doing its job. Soon, though, you will finish the first part of the ritual. The eye now is seemingly open. The center of a part of it, the actual eye component of it, glows. So it looks like a glowing red eye. There's great energy in it now, as you can definitely take it to where you need to imbue someone with spirit, so to say. As you begin to head upstairs, you will get messaging. Now this is something that one of your cult members, Marcus, gave all of you. He gave little earbuds so you can stay in contact, because he's smart, you know. Hey, we have an issue out here.
What's the problem?
War. I guess that's the best way to describe it, and it's right on our doorstep.
Right.
I'm holding things off as it is, but I'm going to run out of ammo, and I only have a couple of rockets. So there's some pretty big things around here. Seems like some folks are not too friendly towards what you're doing in there.
Well, we expected this. Right. I'll have them meet the eye. I'm heading down there. We'll go and join the fighting.
Okay. You'll hear word. Hey, I'll go with you. That's Travis. We'll join you. Alright. So, Dox is going to hand off the eye to Vercel and Mishka, and take the elevator down to the first floor. Travels will meet with you there. He's got what looks to be like a big old, like two revolvers, and he's kind of got a sword over his shoulder as he's seemingly like, he's dressed very like punkish. Like normally he was always dressed as a delivery guy, but this is definitely like a little bit of a outfit change for him.
He's living out his fantasies.
You'd remember he was he was part of a death match kind of thing throughout a city. So
Nice. Alright. Dox will reach into his coat, he'll pull out his pistol, and he will take his walking stick and get his sword out. Alright, let's do this.
I think you two are the ones I would run into.
Am I there too?
No.
Auto stand up. Was it just him going down?
No. There is a familiar figure floating in the I wouldn't say sky because you're still inside, but up top in the upper areas of the lobby here.
What does this figure look like?
You met him in O's.
Oh boy. Is it the devil?
It's the devil.
Oh boy. Oh, I fancy seeing you again. Here to join in the chaos?
No. I'm more for, well, let's just say I've been thinking about it, and I'm not really too particular on your plans. I agreed to one deal, but, well.
Alright, what do you want?
Why, to be the great hero and stop you.
Alright, I will radio up and tell them to hurry. I forget the Demon Lord's name, but I'll say he's back. He is not happy.
I could probably look up his name on my notes here somewhere.
I've forgotten what his name is.
Oh, I
I don't know if they're in my notes or not.
They're in mine. I'm just.
My notes are like slightly well organized, and that's an issue sometimes.
Devils. Astrid.
Astrid. There you go.
Yep, he's back. Hurry up.
Right. Travis will kind of turn towards you and be like, someone you know?
Unfortunately. I'm gonna do something else. I'll save it. I'm just gonna make a note. Dox has swiped the ritual dagger before coming down here, just in case.
Okay.
Yeah, someone I know. I think we're gonna have to fight him.
Think you're more helpful out there or here?
They might need me up there in case anything else gets in.
Then why don't you go? I'll hold him off.
Well, good luck. And Dox will make his way back up then.
Okay. In the meantime, Versel and Mishka, you arrive on, I guess, one of the top floors, where, like, the big suites are. You have control of 2 suites up here in the hotel. One of which is holding a elderly man, and one of which is holding a woman who's awaiting a partner.
Do we have to handle the transformation slightly sooner?
I probably already followed part of
Mm-hmm.
his younger, less old man form.
Talk about doing that sooner.
Yeah, I think we did that before the ritual would have started.
Okay.
This polymorph takes an hour.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, certainly he was feeling younger and spry. I mean, like, it's the thing is, I don't think it, like, stops you from being the age you are.
No,
It's just
your body age, not your soul age.
yeah. So, like, you know, he's feeling better, certainly. He's been enjoying, like, a little bit of time here, feeling better. Ah. Hello there. So, I guess you're here for doing your thing. Yes. It's strange, what you did to me before this, it feels great strength in a new body, but I don't know. I know it's not a simple magic. If it was this easy, I probably would have done it myself, honestly. I guess it's a temporary thing you've done for me. Well. It is the end. It's an odd thing facing your end. I'm seconds away from it. Minutes, at most. What's it going to be like? What will I have beyond here? I've technically already sold my soul. What does my deal mean? Anyway. Alright. Do whatever the hell is that you're gonna do, because I don't want to regret anything and have time to think more about it. Alright, what are you doing? I hear no one speaking. Someone muted.
I am.
No.
I'm not there.
Yeah, you're not there. And then I'm like, is someone muted?
Okay. Oh, well. Well, I guess we should introduce you to her.
That's a good idea.
Really? I thought you were going to do the entire soul thing first or whatever.
Were we? Oh,
Yeah,
right.
you're gonna put Asmodeus into this man.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ritual.
Yes.
It makes it a little less weird.
Uh-huh.
Lilith.
That's totally fair. I forgot about that stuff. Yes. Let's start that part. I guess I'm doing this part since Mishka was handling the
Yeah.
ritual.
You can go ahead and roll religion check. Use the orb correctly, or the eye correctly.
Which takes a while.
The one day. Ooh,
Woo! That's a
nice.
good check. Alright, you effectively kind of like, use the eye and almost like beam its energy into the body of this old man changed to be like polymorphed to be younger. As he kind of gets blasted backwards, he kind of like falls down like on the bed nearby him. And everything is quiet. The eye seemingly quiets down. Just kind of, it fades from, like its energy kind of fading away, and everything kind of just is quiet for a second. Before you hear this kind of like strange snapping noise. Like standing up from like the knees, like lifting the entire back body, the person will kind of just like raise up with this cracking kind of snapping, as it looks like the body is just kind of like cracking into place for a little bit. You'll see his skin begin to turn this kind of shade of red. These kind of like horns grow on his head. And then like, as he's kind of like almost stretching into it, with just a simple hand motion, these like red robes will appear over top of him. He just kind of like waves it, and everything's wears it.
I bow my head and kind of gesture.
Yes. Of course. Been a while since I've been this physical.
It's pleasant enough for the purposes of this next 2 hours.
It'll do for now, though I can feel the things breaking down already. This form is not appropriate enough.
I were about to make one more appropriate.
Of course. Just give me a little bit to make sure everything's in working shape. You know how it is to stretch into something new, like wearing a new set of clothes. You just have to feel the body out. Crack every bone out and back into place. As there's that kind of like popping noise of the bones as he kind of stretches his arm out, you know, kind of cracks the neck in like strange ways, stretches the body. But we really should be a little more hidden, I guess. Easy enough. As you'll see, kind of like, much as quickly like the red skin horns, kind of like little claws appeared, you'll see him like wave his one hand over himself as like the red skin will kind of then disappear. His horns will kind of shrink back, and he'll begin to look back more like the old man made young that he was before. Still in the very opulent red robes. There probably is more that we should do, though. I feel as though there is danger about, and I don't want this to interfere with. The eye, please.
Hand him the eye.
He'll take the eye, and he'll do something with it you didn't really know it could do. Like, you knew that the central part of the eye, like the pupil of the eye, could be removed. But you'll see him, like, actually, like, put his hand on the, like, the iris portion of the eye and kind of spin that, and then spin the, like, pupil, too, in a certain way. And then he'll, give it, and he'll hold it out and be like, alright, which one of you wishes to assist me? Hurry up, I don't have all day. Well, we don't.
I'll step forward.
He'll toss you the eye.
I'll catch it.
Alright. Everything goes fuzzy and black. Hazy. You don't know what's going on. You just lose it. Everything just washes over you. And you don't know what's going on. You're just trapped in a dark fuzziness. Mishka. This kind of black-red smoke will kind of wash over Vassell, and in its place is a 9-foot-tall, red devilish man in similar robes to the elven man in front of you.
Oh. Interesting.
It's a little trick. Didn't say there had to be one of me around. Oh, yes.
You're right.
He'll just hold out a hand, and this scepter will appear. This ruby scepter. And he'll hand it off to him. At this point, Dox comes in.
Right, so I see this is going well. We've got a problem. I apologize for interrupting, of course.
In tandem, the two Asmodeuses go, "It is all right. We were expecting you."
There's a pissed off devil. I think he's Asmodeus' kid?
Yes.
Yeah, he was.
Your kid's here, and he wants to kill you.
My
Or
wayward
try to.
son. The new one, which is currently like an actual avatar and using Vassell as a probably anchor point, is like, I will go handle my wayward spawn and some of the other dangers that are around. Perhaps my presence will calm things down. Or escalate it.
Could be fun. Let's go see about that family reunion then.
Mm-hmm. All right. So are you gonna take
Yeah, I'll take the
Asmodeus 2 downstairs?
Yeah, I'll take Asmodeus 2 downstairs.
And Mishka's left with Asmodeus 1.
Oh, met your god in the flesh. It must be real weird.
Very
Ah,
interesting.
I was hoping to get you alone, Mishka. Yes, I know your name. Those that have done great in this cult, especially you and your family, are always deeply remembered.
Misha does not know what to do. This is basically like a celebrity. For her. Like, happy to help, of course.
Why? You've already earned yourself your position on my court in your afterlife.
I would love to.
Isn't that most wonderful? Maybe I can even reunite you with the forms of your parents. They're not quite the same anymore, and they might not remember you. At first, you might be able to jog their memory, but whenever anyone reincarnates as one of my servants, one of my people, it has effects.
Mm-hmm.
Those great servants of mine become the many armies of hell. And those that serve me best, as many members of your cult did, skip some of the lower phases. It helps them remember a few things of their lives. They don't end up as lemurs like so many dark souls do. An advantage for being so loyal to me in life. I'm sure you're ready for your gifts.
Yes.
Excellent. Take me to my consort for this afternoon. Is it? It is afternoon now. And a fine day. You smell it? Carnage, war. It's been so long since I enjoyed it. The same cutoff that prevented the material plane actually cooled down many of the battles between the outsiders. I'm sure you didn't know that. The demons have been planning something for quite some time, but just hadn't had the ability to enact their little war again. They're so angry. Oh. I'm afraid my other self is going to be quite busy. Seems like some of our guests of honor are arriving.
Imagine it'd be quite tough out there. So Misha will then lead him to where? Jessica, was it?
Yeah,
No,
Jessica.
Jessica, okay. Where she is then. Make sure the path is safe.
Okay. So yeah. You'll head off to the room where Jessica is, accompanying, Asmodeus in his very nice red robes. Elf Asmodeus, we'll call him, to meet with her. In the meantime, it is the longest elevator ride of your life, Docs.
I imagine this is very awkward.
You're standing next to a 9-foot tall dude who's, very incarnation of a god,
Yep. Probably some bad elevator music
It is
playing.
definitely bad elevator music playing.
Doc's just gonna
Is this normal for your people's music?
Not to my knowledge. I hate this music. I'll play you something better once this nonsense is done with.
I don't know how much my character can gauge the situation, but there's probably it's supposed to be bad.
You don't know where. You're in dark shadows and confused and
Very well, I'm gone.
probably filled with nightmares, honestly
Yeah, it's
speaking.
probably really bad.
Yeah, it's just something about that entire place is just nightmare driven. Actually, can you give me a charisma check? Just a charisma check, and then actually, no. Give me a wisdom save followed by a charisma check. I just want to see something here, because maybe... Yeah.
My charisma check is... let's see if my normal charisma luck holds up.
Uh-huh. It probably will. The wisdom save is good. Okay. Yeah, that was a good wisdom save. Uh-huh.
Charisma check's coming.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no.
Oh.
Oh no.
Finally.
It's bound to
So,
happen.
There it is.
you're keeping yourself together while in this place. And you certainly can get a sense that something is happening around you. You get glimpses of kind of like... This is unusual because rather than... You don't have enough to keep yourself in with probably what's going on currently. You're getting glimpses of probably hell itself and things that were going on in hell at some point in time. So it's almost like, because of your connections, you're getting like little fractures of memories of a god kind of thing, you know? So they're scattered throughout the history of Asmodeus, and it's not easy for you to understand right now, but it might be giving you some kind of insight or something in the future. Why don't you roll me a religion check to go along with that? We'll see how well that you can insight all this stuff and be helpful. It'll pop up one day. Hello,
It's
Will.
about as long as this elevator ride right now.
God, it is as long as the elevator. Do, 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 do. It's got to be "Girl from Ipanema."
Well, absolutely.
I mean, that's the eternal elevator music in my mind. You know, it's just not showing up.
Oh my god. Roll 20, please.
Maybe try clicking it again. I don't know. If it shows up twice, we'll just take the first one. But it's...
Oh, that happened. Computer crashed.
Oh,
Technical difficulties.
Technical difficulties. Ah, I didn't realize we're paused. It froze. Yeah. So we might have a camera issue here in a second. But let's pause that part of Vercel because it's not critical here.
Yeah.
As you will get downstairs to the war zone inside the lobby. There's no sign of Travis or I'm so bad with his name. I should have it written down somewhere, and you know Worm said it, so I should be able to find it. But you know, me. What was it?
It was something. It began with an A, I think.
Is it Adriel? No. It was close to it. It was an A1. That could be correct. Oh, Astareth.
That's the one.
Astareth. Yeah. No sign of Astareth. The two of you can saunter out into the front of the building as certainly things have escalated to insane proportions. There is now a four-way war going on in Kalamport. You of course have a force of demons, a force of devils led by Bob, a force of celestials who are trying to smite everything, and the military showed up.
Poor mortals.
So there's there's attack helicopters shooting at like angels and stuff because they don't know that everything's an invader, you know? And so like angels are smoting attack helicopters, you know, it's you know, there's some tanks probably somewhere, you know, military has been called in, you know, this is a large scale war. There is destruction and damage, you can hear explosions going on.
Nope.
And as you're standing there next to Modus, the first thing that happens is the street in front of you, in front of the building, just tears open with this gigantic burst as this massive arm just kind of comes up. And then a second one. And this two-headed creature that kind of looks like a monkey starts drawing itself out of the darkness.
Oh boy. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So, should probably deal with that. Maybe. I don't know.
Oh, I don't think he's the only one here. As, like, there's this ray of light seemingly comes down from the heavens as this, incredibly, handsome, naked man, but he doesn't really have features, you know.
I think I know what you're describing.
He's definitely, like, genderless, but looks like male in basically form. Golden skin covered in tattoos, has a massive flaming sword, these like beautiful shimmering golden wings, and he's 12 feet tall, kind of floats down from the sky. He's got black hair, eyes that glows like sun. Yep, sexless but masculine features, and he's always bare-chested.
That's 5e. That's not Tantus. Lightning. That one's on wizards.
You'll see Asmodeus kind of put his mace to his hands. Damiel, Demogorgon, how good to see you two again. Oh hey, is Worm back?
Yes.
Make a religion check then.
Yeah, my computer crashed.
Dox is just along for this ride right now.
Dox is like, can I not be here?
Alright, well, this is fine, sure. I'm old enough, I still need to live, I guess.
I mean, you can make a knowledge religion check to know what's going on here.
I mean, I can use my sweet 2 religion.
Mm-hmm.
Holy that's better than I was expecting to roll.
So, Demogorgon, effectively one of the leaders of the Abyss. A demon prince. Not a great thing. And Damiel is the Mercy Bringer. Basically one of the rulers of Celestia.
Right.
So,
I'm gonna leave this up to the big guy to deal with.
It's kind of like that. It's like, so... I'm a dude, you're an avatar of a god, you got some very, Damiel CR in 3rd edition was CR24, I don't know what he is in 5th edition, but, probably not great. Demogorgon's Demogorgon, it's, you're here.
Yeah, I'm here. Right, as much as I just love to die in this fight, I should make sure my people are okay, and Dox is gonna go try and find Travis and others.
Okay. Alright. Mishka.
Yes, sir.
You've got Asmodeus to the room. It was Rachel, right? My brain is so fried today.
Who what now?
The woman in the room.
Who's Jessica?
Jessica. For what I was thinking, Rachel. Jessica will be like, as soon as you sort of knock on the door to go inside, and she's like, this room's nice and all, but there's some kind of kerfuffle going on outside that I'm worried about, and I mean, you're having me sit here for a few hours? I would like to, escape here. She's being very obstinate with you.
I mean, fair, though. There's a war going on outside.
There is a war going on outside. Oh, Mishka, allow me. My lady. Hello. I am the man that has been hired on, or asked to accompany you this afternoon. I'm afraid there's some terrible things going on outside, but we perhaps should take care of this sooner rather than later, and then we can all get out of here safely. And I'm just gonna roll a d20, which is, I mean, he probably has advantage. I'm gonna roll 2 d20s.
God.
He rolled a 7. I guess she's just concerned. I'm gonna say it's not on his end, it's on her end.
That's
Still,
yeah.
he probably has a lot of bonuses.
I mean, he is like a god.
I'm just gonna roll this
Oh.
here. And then roll one more. Oh, wow. That one probably fails, though. I'm gonna be honest. He tries to, like, probably charm her a couple of times. I think the 18 might make it. I'm gonna be honest, like, that's a pretty good check for most even high CR things in 5th edition. It might, I don't know. Anyway. It'll probably take some convincing, but, Mishka, you'll be told, just wait outside the doors.
Okay.
Alright. So, Mishka,
Yes.
do you want to try to ignore anything you will hear inside that room?
Yeah.
Alright. Then I will allow you to attempt to do so over the battle that's going on. Make a perception check with disadvantage. We'll see how much you pick up
Perception
on.
with disadvantage.
Yeah, so you're not trying to notice it.
It was perception, right?
Yes.
Go.
Hey, you do pretty good as ignoring the crap out of what's going on in there.
Nice.
You pick up a few things and probably some bed shaking that's pretty loud, but, there's some nice explosions that can distract you,
A lot of gunfire.
You'll see,
Yeah.
like, some jet fighters come in, something like that. You'll see, like, freaking, weirdly enough, like, there's a Baylor trying to punch into, like, the bulletproof glass of a helicopter flying by. It's like, you don't see that every day. Just that's like the helicopter goes by, he's just punching through the bulletproof glass.
Uh-huh.
It's just like a
This is fine.
Yep.
Ew.
Of course, you're not the only ones here, as you did leave 2 guards in here, and they're, of course, chatting as like, maybe we should move out of this place. It doesn't seem like the best to raise a family anymore. I know we had a down payment on the house.
Oh, God.
But I do have a partial for Waterdeep. Neverwinter was pretty nice, and we had a couple times to visit it. If you think that is the best place to go to, where I can also then, after the children are born, continue my craft and continue to beat up those around me. I guess so. Can you hear the prowess of our Dark Lord? It is good to hear it once more. Not since he laid with our queen have we heard such things. I hear a lot of stuff like that, not much anymore now that I found you, hon, but, just saying. Do you want to get involved with that at all? Mishka? Your choice.
With them?
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay. You can have a nice chat then.
Yeah. I'll have a nice chat with them.
Yeah. Calimport's just going to crap. You're talking about which city would probably, you visited a lot of cities.
Nice.
What's probably the best to
This is-
move?
This is a nice,
Distractions.
Yeah.
this is a nice distraction, yes.
Mhm.
Who's the ones having the conversation? Is it the nice lesbian
It's-
couple?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes,
The nice,
I love them so much.
the nice lesbian Aranesses. Yes.
That's what I
Yeah.
thought.
Yeah.
Yes, I love them so much.
Mhm.
I would love to just continue to have a nice conversation with them.
As then, like, there's some lightning bolts, and you see, like, a jet fighter hit a building nearby,
Yeah.
This huge explosion. Yeah, it's a thing. So,
Yeah.
Docs.
Well,
Leaving Avatar Asmodeus to fight with the other top-tier outsiders who are on the attack here. You go to attempt to meet up with the rest of your crew.
Mm-hmm.
Travis is nowhere to be seen.
Oh, he's probably dead.
Very good chances of it. Bob didn't have a communicator, so you don't know where he is. You did see him briefly, like, leading a charge of, like, the two, God, I can't remember which is which off the top of my head, and I'm so bad with that. Is it Baylors or Pit Fiends that are the devils?
Pit Fiends are the devils, I think.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure.
See, like, that's the thing I keep forgetting. I keep trying to get that mixed up in my brain. Yep, Pit Fiend, yeah. So, him with the two Pit Fiends, and, like, riding, like, a familiar-looking worm monster into, like, charging over top of it, with two chainsaws, one in each hand. Just, like...
Beautiful.
You just see him, like, beheading, like, demons left and right. He briefly leaps off of, like, the worm, like, just flies in the air, like, chainsawing into an angel, like, just taking off, like, its arms and wings, riding its body down before, like, hopping off, landing on the worm again as the Baylor, the Pit Fiends are, like, doing crazy shit, too.
He's living his best life.
I mean, he really is.
Ooh, right. Yeah, I'm gonna try and get with my people, and just do what I can.
You can make your way to Marcus's nest, where he had been stationed at with his rifle and all his other stuff. It's the rooftop where he was at is certainly a war zone. There are, like, probably a few dozen dead angels and demons, all there. You can find Marcus. He is severely injured, but still breathing.
All right. What a bad time to be a bard that doesn't take healing spells.
I know.
Oh.
You my Grim Reaper.
Well, I've been known to kill a few people.
That's what you're here for. Make it quick. This is a good one to go out on.
How fucked up does he look?
It looks like his left arm has been, like, broken in a couple of places.
Mm-hmm.
He's been stabbed a few times. He's got a cut wound on his head that's still bleeding. Like, you can't tell if his one eye works because it's kind of got the blood kind of going over it. It's bleeding. It's not bleeding as much as it probably was originally, but it is bleeding a little bit still.
Mm-hmm.
His one leg looks like it's been burned pretty badly. He's pretty fucked up.
Does it look like there's any chance of survival for this man?
You could make a medicine check on that.
I will attempt to do so.
Mm-hmm.
Medicine. 15.
Honestly, with that, you could probably stabilize him.
Yeah,
whether or not he'd be in great shape afterwards, you could at least, give him some emergency treatment right now.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay. You can quickly do that, kind of stabilize him. After you kind of get him in a okay shot, he's like, don't know if it's helpful to you, but that thing's got one more rocket in it. And you can take my rifle.
Alright.
There is, of course, he has a normal sniper rifle.
Mm-hmm.
It looks as though he had started with because you were fighting things that had defenses, a 50 cal sniper rifle. That has been destroyed. And there is a type of missile launcher with one missile in it.
Okay, I'll grab the missile launcher and see what I can see.
You have a great view of Asmodeus fighting Demogorgon and an angel. and Damiel.
I'm gonna guess the Demogorgon is the bigger of the target.
Uh-huh.
I want you to rocket at him.
Okay. Make a, I guess, intelligence check with... You'll have advantage because you're... I think intelligence sounds like firing a missile launcher correctly. I don't know. Maybe?
Yeah. Advantage. Oop. Nope.
Okay.
I fire it wrong.
Mm-hmm. Honestly speaking, I don't think with that check you fired it in the first place.
Stupid thing.
I'm gonna basically roll something here for a man to assist you. Bring it over here. I'll show you a few things.
Alright, yeah.
Okay. Uh-huh. Alright. You could try that again and roll with proficiency this time.
Try to do that again.
Sure.
So,
No, we'll do it for proficiency. You could do it again, but you could basically... He gave you effectively bardic inspiration. Whatever your inspiration is. It is. You can do that.
So, another intelligence.
Yes.
Normal or with advantage?
You can still have advantage. I mean, like, freaking Demogorgon does not see this coming. I'm going to be honest on that one.
And then my D8.
Okay.
Alright.
Still, 16. I don't... It's like one of those things is I don't think you have to, like, worry about,
He's pretty big.
He's pretty big, and I think you just have to hit him. You just have to hit him with it. It's not a lot like, it's that entire thing of, like, 5th edition got rid of, like, there's touch and stuff. But,
Yep.
Anyway, there's a big old bonus. Yeah, Muscle might have bonuses to hit because of tech. Yeah, so there's a big old explosion on a Demogorgon when he gets knocked away from Asmodeus' avatar for a bit. As didn't see that coming. And the two others take advantage of that kind of, it's that thing that they kind of like see an opening, they take advantage of it because it's a three-way fight. Just an instinctual thing.
Makes sense. And then there was a rifle up here as well.
Yeah, it's just a normal sniper rifle.
I'm gonna grab that, go find a place, start shooting.
Okay.
I'll contact, because I think Foul's involved in this shit. Pretty sure we said he was here. I'm gonna contact him. See what he's up to.
Hi, boss. I'm arranging some things with the lady. Rich lady's getting things set up. Don't you worry about it. We'll get things taken care of.
All right. Well, don't leave me for dead. Yeah.
Well, I'd say approximately 5-10 minutes. Get to the rooftop of the hotel, and we'll see what you can do.
Yeah. We'll start heading that way then.
Okay. Vercel. You are gonna all of a sudden find yourself lying on the cement, just like with like a unceremoniously thwump.
I look around me to see what is going on and where am I?
What appears to be an avatar of your god stands next to you, like above you, and be like, "Ah, child, it's time for you to exconce from this area. Your use has been helpful, but now you must, I believe, go."
Thank you.
You're very confused.
Yeah.
Where am I and what year is it?
Yeah. Actually, I'll be like, actually, I will say, what year is it this time?
as he'll bring out the mace and like leap into battle against. You can roll a religion check.
Let's get there eventually.
Yeah, 11. You're like, oh, a big You're still confused. There's a big monkey dude and a two-headed monkey dude and an angel fighting Asmodeus. What?
Yeah. I'd be like, you know what? I could try and recall what this is, but I'm just gonna get out of here, and I run towards the nearest building, which hopefully is the
The hotel's like behind you. You can get back into the
Yeah.
thing of the hotel. Yeah.
If I recognize the hotel, I'll run towards it.
Sure. You're just like in the streets outside the hotel. As you like run inside also, then there's another explosion as a helicopter kind of lands, crushing a Varrock, you know. Apparently the Varrock, you know, just accidentally flew into the helicopter because, you know, there's a lot of things flying in the air.
There's a lot going on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Also, you'll notice there seems to be a number of tanks rolling up to this area, where the three main bosses are fighting. Mm-hmm. That's a yup moment. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So as you kind of get into the lobby, which is destroyed, there's people screaming. You can notice a couple people like trying to hide in places, not really working very well because they're just panicked, you know, with the explosions, fire, and death going on outside. As you get back there, you'll see like Docs will just all of a sudden show up with like a big old sniper rifle, you know.
How long was I gone?
Right, you didn't notice any of this while you were in your god, where your god was you.
Did you even notice that happened?
I don't know, did I?
Yeah.
I assume I
You walked
showed up
out.
as it happened, right?
Yeah, you showed up kind of as it was there.
I'm assuming that was also maybe explained. Right. I'll explain later. We need to get to the roof.
Very well.
Boop, 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 boop,
On the
boop,
long
boop,
elevator, I'll just
boop,
explain
boop,
what's been happening.
As Girl from Ipanema continues
Yeah.
to play once more. Mishka.
To run down.
Yes.
The doors will open to the room as a naked man will come out.
Yeah.
Will close the door behind him and be like, it's gonna turn around and be like, I'm afraid, my lady, I must head out. You know, but I will always remember this time together with you. As you close the door, you can be like, well, that was fine and all, but I'm afraid, I think I must be going. I don't really have much of a choice at this point in time. As he'll hold up a left hand, as you'll see it, like, it's beginning to, like, turn to ash and crumble away. This body lasted a little longer than I thought. We will go quite a few times in there. Surprising stamina for a mortal of her age. Earned my respect.
I'm glad it turned out well.
Well, I guess till we meet again, Mishka, I will be seeing you. As then he'll just kind of like just crumble to dust and like just all the flesh will go off and it'll be like a skeleton which will kind of clamber down and then also turn to dust.
Yeah.
And then set on fire and burn like into the carpet.
Yeah, of course.
And then
Yeah.
then it'll just be like a burn mark in the carpet, you know, where the
Nice.
carpet's gone now. Just like a
I
It's gonna
sure
be done.
cannot fix that
Naturally.
at all.
I mean, there's angel war. There's
I think
probably
it's the least of their concern.
there's
to
an
fix.
explosion
sure.
in the building,
There's absolutely
like
yeah.
5 floors down, as you're pretty sure something just exploded into it, like a
Yeah.
fireball or like some kind of flying vehicle just hit the building you're in or something like that.
Yeah, there's just no way for me to fix this, so we're just gonna move on. We're just gonna go try to help wherever else I'm supposed to be helping.
You'll get a message from Malachus. How's the timing on the ritual going?
How is this going?
She's done.
Well, they finished what they needed to do.
Then why don't you get everybody up to the rooftop that's ready to go? We got a way out.
Okay. On it. So she will then go to get everyone.
Okay. I mean, you know of like the two in this room, and then the woman who's theoretically pregnant with your Dark Lord.
Yeah.
Normal things.
Mm-hmm.
Normal.
Not weird.
So, Misha will help her get ready.
Yeah.
Get her sent up there.
Yeah. Alright, you can get her to the rooftop. And, you can arrive around the same time, like, your elevator will get up to the top floor, as then, like, the elevator next to you will get off the top floor, and, like, a confused-looking Vercel who's probably kind of, like, I don't know, it's got, like, this weirdness, like, probably, like, kind of, like, gray, almost ashness, like, kind of, and then Dox, who looks like, got some, like, blood stains, which don't look to be Dox's, plus, like, also, like, a big old sniper rifle, you know? Just...
Ugh. Right, so how'd it go?
I must say, that's the best sex I ever had. I mean, I wouldn't mind meeting the man again. Mm-hmm.
Understandable.
The earnesses are giggling. Even the angry one's like, you know.
Nice.
Alright, yeah.
To the rooftop?
Yeah, to the rooftop.
Alright. The rooftop has a helicopter on it that is ready to go. Inside is Robin. Outside of it is Malachus, who's been, who you just see as you're, like, going up, throw a knife as, like, you know, and like, an angel just gets stabbed with a knife in the forehead and falls over, like, next to you, like,
Nice throw.
Thanks. We don't have a lot of time, it seems.
No, the city's fucked. We need to get out of here.
Robin be like going, where are we heading to then? Do we have a secondary location?
Where do we want to head? There are many places we could theoretically go.
Honestly, as far away from Calimport... Actually, we could just go to the old man's manor.
Yeah, that's pretty far away.
Mm-hmm.
If nothing suggested, Docs will just be like, well, we could as far north as possible, Icewind Dale.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, manor works.
But that's the manor, which is now yours.
Yeah, that's her home now. He's the ash pile on the floor.
Mishka is the only one that knows that. The entire, like, crumbled to ashes burst into flames.
Mishka's seen some things.
Mishka fortunately didn't hear some things.
Yeah, Mishka didn't hear anything, thankfully.
Mishka's like, don't hear anything, too many explosions. And explosions are nice.
Just met
Definitely somewhere in her subconscious.
Yeah.
But not what she's focusing on.
Just met your hero. You don't want to hear him do things.
Yeah.
I just met my god and heard them have sex. That has got to be the most D&D statement of existence too.
That'll turn into like a nightmare later on.
Yeah, you'll need some therapy.
For now, it's Misha's been needing therapy.
There's been an extreme need
What's a little more
of therapy for quite some time. Sure. All right. So, yeah. At this, you'll begin to set up the helicopter, get inside, and begin to take off. Heading, of course, north to God, I gotta move this rat on the screen.
Yeah, you gotta move the rat
Forgot-
up here somewhere.
Yeah.
In the Dale lands? No,
It's
Cormanther.
Vunlar? He was outside
Yeah.
of Vunlar. Yeah.
He was.
I forgot. I like weird stuff on our map on
Yeah,
the screen.
there's like a spaceship, a rat.
That's a there's the rat chewing on the bone. This is a possum.
Yeah, that's a possum. Whatever this is.
Evil merfolk. Deep merfolk.
Merfolk.
That's a deep merfolk. Yeah, and then a
And
werewolf.
then, we've killed many of this thing before.
Yeah,
in
yeah.
a different game.
I don't know where I got the spaceship from. Honestly
I have
speaking,
no idea.
it just was in the uploaded images.
I feel like I've seen it before.
I probably used it somewhere.
Oh man.
All right.
Get the hell out of here.
So you're getting the hell out of here as quickly as you can. Of course, Robin will introduce herself to. I'm already losing her name again.
Jessica.
Jessica. I was gonna say the right one. But I'm like, no, I had it wrong before. No, I had it
wrong.
yeah. Because I was saying Rachel before. That's right. It was Jessica. Damn it. Hello there. I'm an old friend of the family's that's going to help you establish yourself in your new home. I was asked to assist you as best of way we can, and I would like to because I was friends with, a man who passed away, to be friends with you too. As she begins to smooth talk, if we don't recall, the mother of her future, in a couple of decades, husband. Yeah.
Very weird. It just gets weirder here.
It's a weird thing, you know.
This is partially my fault.
This is a cult thing. This is a weird cult thing. You're gonna admit you're in a weird. You're an evil cult. Weird shit's gonna happen.
Yep. Very much.
Can't back away from that one.
Nope. Try not to think about it.
Try not to think about it. Just not
Real weird.
Weird. Not gonna deal with that one.
That's not my problem.
Yeah. So, there will be a couple of issues, but a group of spine devils will actually accompany you and create enough of a distraction to get you out of the city. Along with, because you're a commercial flight, you're able to contact the military and get some assistance getting out, you know? And the forces of Kalanpur. It's, hours before you'll arrive in, Funar and arrive at the mansion, arriving at Helport. By then, the Battle of Kalanport will be over. As far as the world knows, outsiders returned. Three groups of outsiders appeared and waged war with each other. The damage to Kalanport is probably in the billions of dollars. Thousands are dead.
Makes sense.
Many more injured.
Surprised not more are dead.
I didn't give an estimation, you know. Probably a lot missing, you know.
Plot injured.
Plot injured, plot dead, plot missing. Yep. You know, there was a lot of damage to the city, but things will survive. Of course, Malachus and Robin accompanied you out. It'll be some time before Marcus contacts you. But he survived because of what Dox did. You never hear from Travis, nor do you find his body. But also, you never find out what happened to the son of Asmodeus. Last thing that you heard, that you could piece together if you looked into it, was that an injured man matching Travis's description was running from a winged man who seemed to delight in hunting him down. And then there was some explosions, and everything was quiet. You don't know what happened to Bob, or at least you don't know for a while, until you learn later on through Zirin, Bob hooked a ride with his mother to hell.
Well, you know, makes sense.
Wait.
Yes.
He has now found himself evolved it somehow through the blood and murder he did. He transformed into an outsider, became a devil, and is now a powerful general in Asmodeus' armies.
Good for him.
Still has two
I'm proud of
chainsaws.
him. Does he still make cupcakes?
Yes, still makes
Nice.
the best cupcakes in hell.
Beautiful.
Uh,
I feel like they're the only cupcakes in hell, but it's okay.
He left Mishka his farm.
Oh, you got a place for all the
Let's
animals now.
go!
Only one of the worms is gone because he has his hell mount, Wormus. Now it's like a fiendish version of like the worm monster, like it's got like, you know, like horns and stuff.
Oh,
And
I love it.
And his mother is there just the same, except she's got two little
Nice.
horns on her head. You know, it's just like,
It's the
Mother,
worst
we shall crush the forces of the abyss.
Oh my god. I
The
love
blood
it.
war will be won.
So perfect.
I'm so happy.
Mhm. Yeah. Fall will take his leave of you once things go. He plans to go back to Kozakura. He wishes to remain tied with
Sure.
Asmodeus and the cult, but feels like his place is establishing like a new version of a Yakuza, and maybe like he grabs a few of the remaining more humanoid devils,
Mhm.
smaller ones, and they trounce off to create their own Yakuza group in Kozakura. Effectively Yakuza group, you know?
Oh, fair.
Yeah. Zirin doesn't necessarily retire, but he definitely kind of takes a step back from stuff and just gets back to his gaming. You end up becoming a known champion esports
Nice.
guy, you know?
Oh, hell yeah.
And
Everyone's even happy.
start his streaming career.
Oh my god. Zirin hot tub stream win.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably like the first thing he did with like all the weirdnesses and stuff.
Yeah. You don't know what happens to Therzee.
Unfortunate.
She took place in the battle, but wandered off on her own. You're not sure what happened after that. Lay and her wife, they do decide to settle down in Waterdeep. They get a nice home on the outskirts of the city, in the suburbs, you know. Raise a family. She gets back into MMA fighting, that kind of thing, you know. Lay starts up a brothel, the usual, and becomes the
Of course.
madam of it, you know. Ah,
I love them.
they're very nice.
They're so good.
Very good.
Mm-hmm.
Happy for them.
So, the question is, what becomes of you three? It's a good question, because time's going to pass. The ritual is done. A young bouncing boy will be born 9 months from now. Will be raised. It's that strange thing of like, you know, like that thing of like you know you're a person, but you're also not them kind of thing.
Yeah.
You know? It's that kind of
weird.
thing. It's
Poor
weird.
kid.
It's like you know you're Asmodeus, and Asmodeus is your father, but you're not. It's you know, it's the Jesus or the Damien thing going on. You know, it's like, you know, I am my father, yet I am not, because weirdness and, you know, religious stuff.
Because magic.
Because magic in this case.
Weird thing.
Mm-hmm.
Someone made a weird contract.
Someone made a weird contract somewhere. Fox.
Yeah.
I assume you're going to grab a young woman. Fresh.
Yeah, Docs will head back to New Waterdeep and grab Celicia, I believe is her name, and offer her a place to train her to do what he does to maybe get back at this shitty world that ruined her life.
And she'll take it.
Nice.
She'll learn your ways. Eventually, actually, because you're in the same business, Marcus will join you.
Yeah.
And the three of you will find infamy in the underworld. A small organization, almost like a black guild, an assassin's guild that you form yourselves.
And Docs would... This never came up in the campaign, but Docs would set it up where he's from, where all of this began. In his home in Luskan, in the Icewind Dale. That is where he's from. It never came up.
Yeah. So, a new Assassin's Guild will form in Luskan, an infamous one that works with many of the mobs globally and underworld groups. Known for expertise and strength. The three of you will be kind of the backbone of the group. And set up important codes and rules and a way of doing things. And it'll certainly be an organization which will go for many, many years to come. So, I'm going to assume you probably want to continue your work with the cult.
I
Or is there something else you
continue
want to
my
do?
work with the cult after a short break to go and find out if my lineage survived.
And you know what? You will find out. There is, in fact, a...
This is to move all this stuff out the way.
I do. Because I was looking for the... oh God, this version of the map is just so hard to read.
It is.
Now I wish I opened the map.
We should have never left the box.
Yeah. Never left.
It was so easy to read down here.
Yeah, the box is so easy to read. Yeah. In the Marsh of Tongues, a place that you passed through before, you'll actually learn that you've got some family there, lineage. You're not sure how many are there that are actually related to you, but you'll be able to identify probably about a dozen individuals through some genealogy and some research. You'll go to your genealogist friend who you used before. They'll be able to track it down. And an irony occurs. Something that you didn't expect. When you visited the Marsh of Tongues and picked up the gown for the wedding, the person that was running that shop is related to you. Granted, a very distant relative, of course, because it's been thousands of years and your bloodline has gone off, but it's someone that's
Of course.
a descendant of you, right there, and you met them. The cult, of course, will survive in Calimport, sort of. AzmoCon will kind of become infamous, and you'll find that if you want to hold it again, you're gonna have to find a new place for it, certainly.
Well, probably just not in California. at all.
Kalimpor is probably... I mean, like, granted, the actual city will probably not, like, add it together, but, like, there'll probably be a lot of rumors that'll be like, you know... there was, like... There's very little evidence at the actual convention. You know, you were doing, like, you know... devil stuff, but you... Like, if people talked about it, you started after the... Like, people could check the times. You know, you started after the incidents began. You know, your stuff. So, whatever rituals you were doing that were kind of, like, part of it, the authorities will be like, yeah, you're not really related. But there's a lot of stigma, you know, left over from the, you know, attack and deaths and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, you certainly can go back to looking over them. And you can probably grow it. That, like, it'll change from the kind of cult it was to just... Because you don't really need the cult part of it anymore. You don't really need the secret. And there's definitely research and some understanding of the outsiders and the outside world. There's video recording of some, on shaky, like, phone cam, of what appears to be an avatar of Asmodeus fighting Demogorgon and a Celestial. I mean, that's a heck of a thing to end up on, like, Faerun's version of the internet, you know? We'll just call it the internet. So there's certainly a place for a Church of Asmodeus again in the world. And, hey...
That hasn't happened since the internet was invented.
Mm-hmm.
Gods fighting.
Mm-hmm. AzmoCon is what the cult turns into, a place for people to know. Mishka.
Yes.
You have a farm where you can settle down with a lot of animals. Certainly, it's a really nice farm. I mean, you know, the pigs are well fed. The worms are well fed. The raccoons take to it greatly.
Just list off every animal. The platypus.
The platypus has his place. He's got, like, you know, a place to sleep inside. Of course, he's got, like, a pool of water. He can hang out outside, you know, and, like, you know.
Every couple of months to a year, docs will come down and visit the platypus.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hang out with Mishka for a while.
To hang out, yes.
Yep. Mm-hmm. What do you want to do with Bob's collection in the basement? He, remember he disposed of most of the bodies in the, pig pens, but he basically predatored everybody he killed. So there's a lot of skulls.
We will probably leave them there, but make them look nice. Like, make the entire place, instead of making it look like really gruesome, it looks nice now. Like cottagecore.
Yeah.
It was from
full-on Druid.
It was from the previous owner.
Yeah.
Tied the room together nicely.
The collection of humanoid skulls,
and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've now
It's very,
decorated
like,
them. It's
nice,
it's
cozy now.
It's the basement. You furnished it. You got it all, like, nicely done. You know, it's like, you know.
Instead of, like, deer heads on the wall, it's like skulls.
Yeah, it's like humanoid skulls instead.
Yeah.
Very homely.
Yeah.
Very homely. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Do you want to continue your cult work too? Which is kind of...
Yeah, she probably would. Because that's basically what she knows. I feel like Misha would be one to just continue to take in a bunch of, like, stray animals.
Yeah.
And then probably just, like, if possible, she'd probably end up, like, adopting, like, a kid or two and just having them help on the farm and stuff like that. Just like a nice cottage home.
Yeah. And you can teach them cult stuff in a way that you feel like is a little better than, like, what your family did. You know, it's like, it's you had your raising, which probably, like, you didn't hate your raising, but maybe it could have been better.
Yeah.
You know.
Learning from the very nice lesbian couple.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And now on her own, she's, like, happy here.
Mm-hmm. You know, could still contact for cells, still sees docs, still keeps in cup and everything. And every couple of years, you do have, like, a meeting up in good old, whose name I forget, Vinar. where a young boy calls forth all his servants and chats with them a little bit and gives out some orders here and there occasionally.
Mm-hmm.
As things will progress there. But honestly, how that side of the story goes is really not for this story. The ritual is complete. Asmodeus has cheated the system, sort of, and has a avatar back in the world. Outsiders are returning, and planar travel is returning to a modern-day Faerun. And that's going to have some odd results. Only the elemental planes and their portals that were natural had remained as the main outside influences. But now the outer planes, not just the inner planes, are getting connected back to Faerun. The gods are stirring. Maybe there's a world I'll revisit some point in time. I don't know. But certainly there's been a new effect on it. As much as I'd like to keep the entire story going, I think this is a time to say farewell. There's been some development, some resolution, and our villains have found success. Whether or not they were the most villainous group, hard to say. Probably weren't. But in their quest for their lord, they've done well. And so we fade away from this record. Evil has taken its course. Has won a battle. Certainly not the war. And perhaps there will be more battles in the future. Who knows? But at least these four, their stories have ended. The main portion of them. So, I thank everybody who stayed with us for all these episodes. It was a little harder for records than most of my shows, but I'm glad we got to this ending. Honestly speaking, I didn't know if we would with some of the delays and issues that occurred throughout the couple of years here. Yeah. Why don't we have everybody give a little shout out, who they are, where to find them, and any kind of final thoughts you have about this entire thing, or final wishes you want for your character's outro. We'll do our normal and start with Jinxx.
I'm Jinxx Jams on Twitch and Twitter. I just want Mishka to continue to have lots and lots of pets and friends.
Easy enough, and certainly will happen. I feel like that farm will evolve into one of those like rescue farms.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, and probably you'll get like more land or something. I mean, you know, you certainly could get some investments from a nice lady that you made some deals with. And you probably have some leftover cult money. I mean, I'm honest.
Oh, well, the friends that she made at the elf wedding or the mafia wedding.
Oh yeah, no.
The lady with the llama packet things.
Oh yeah, she'll love to invest in like getting like a rescue farm up and running. You know.
That's why small talk is important.
Exactly. Word.
Illinois docs with all
I'm Worm. You can find me on twitch.tv/DiamondWorm or at DiamondWorm on Twitter. You know, maybe if Rousseau gets remarried, maybe she has more children.
That might be something. You know, you backed away from having those relationships because of what happened, and you kind of got into these deals with the devil, literal devil, and now that you've kind of succeeded at them, maybe a chance for happiness. And you know what? There's probably dating sites for every humanoid, so you could definitely find like a lizard folk dating site and find a nice person for you. Certainly having a family isn't outside of it. I mean, you're already probably going to be like the high priest of Asmodeus' religion in Faerun as it is right now. High priestess, I should say. Momo.
Hi, yeah, Momo Shu on Twitch, Energy Shu on Twitter. Well, Docs, I don't know what Docs would really want after this. Maybe Docs would give the whole, relationship thing another go after years of just spiteful loneliness from everything that started all the murder of his freaking family. Maybe you try that again. This time maybe do it a little better. Keep them less involved.
Because I was going to say, you probably could find relationships with some people within the guild, but if you want to go outside the guild, you certainly could. And,
yeah.
You know, I mean, the thing is, you could probably take a step back at some point in time.
Yeah, he could probably just retire at some point.
Yeah.
Just watch it grow.
Yeah. Marcus will certainly stay with it. Marcus will probably just take over like a leadership position pretty much, and like have you on as the advisor, and you know, that'll probably work out pretty well, you know, at some point in time.
Yeah.
So, of course, unfortunately, Jess has been unable to be with us for the last bit here. She had to take a step back from stuff. Her links are in the chat. Definitely go check her out when she gets back to some things online. And you know, I'm sad that I could not figure out what Therzee's end would be. But I'm sure it would have been a good one for Therzee. And we'll say that. No, though none of you know what happened to Therzee. Therzee at least also had as good an ending as the rest of them. Maybe she found a very injured man with a sword and 2 guns in an alley and, you know, drug him off. Helped him out.
Saved the life.
Mm-hmm. Saved the life of this guy who just, you know, drove off a demon guy by blowing the shit out of him in a trap. The devil guy. Just saying. Anyway. So. Hasn't been a long episode, but it's been a good one. And I knew this one was going to be a lot more cinematic. Kind of a couple roles, some interesting things happening. So, Records is ended. Whether or not I'm going to put something in this time slot in this place, I don't know. For now, this time slot's going to be empty. I'm going to kind of leave it at that. I'm going to wait a few weeks before I decide whether I fill this one. I might wait until both this one and Legacies are done before I start looking into replacements. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. I very well could start looking into a replacement maybe on this time, maybe another time. Again, in a couple weeks. I'm going to take a little off, though. For myself, Dance Now Adventure Coven, tomorrow, 2 p.m., Legacies of Kain, as I was talking about there a little bit. Vampire the Masquerade game. It's in the back end of that game, too. Probably only a couple more weeks there, at least. Then Thursdays at 9 p.m. is Children of Wrath, a D&D game in a Magic Gathering World Dominaria. That's got some pretty good things. They're talking to a guy that knows some stuff that's also very evil, and they're making a deal with, kind of. To learn some stuff that might help them on their way. If you're looking for me to be in a role-playing game, tomorrow, Tuesday at 9 p.m. in the evening, I'm in a Star Trek Adventures game on Unfunny One's channel. So twitch.tv/unfunnyon. That's pretty good. I like being in that one. And the last big thing I will announce is discussing tabletop Saturday, 2 p.m. That's a fun one. Any other gaming stream I might have? You were going to say something?
Discussing tabletop's a good time.
It's usually a good time.
Pretty fun.
It's pretty fun. We get some interesting topics of discussion to dive into.
Feel free to stop on by and give it a listen.
Yeah, so, again, thank you all for joining us. Thanks for those who stuck with us for all this time, the craziness that happened, and all the delays.
Yeah, it's so crazy.
So, regardless, though, thank you for joining us. Have a great rest of your day. Stay sane, stay healthy, and farewell for now, everybody. Farewell.
Bye.
See ya.